On May 6, 1954, a medical student named Roger Bannister successfully ran a mile in under 4 minutes, creating a new world record. But Bannister's personal achievement reveals something much deeper. For centuries, athletes had tried to conquer the 4-minute mile unsuccessfully. Yet after Bannister's win, all of a sudden, many athletes were able to achieve it because they finally had proof that it was possible. Throughout history, the impossible has always been achieved by ordinary people who just adopted a different way of thinking. Imagine what could be achieved if you and those around you embraced the same way of thinking. Nothing is Impossible examines this idea further and explores the power of human potential by using an incredibly inspirational story about turning dreams into reality against all odds. In 2016, I wanted to do my own speaking tour in Sri Lanka. And as an entrepreneur, I believe in the power of networks. So I reached out to my very powerful cousins there because they could open up a whole bunch of doors and save me a lot of time, money, and energy. Now, I discovered something really interesting. All of them that I approached said no in various ways.
AJ, you are still small and no big company here is going to listen to you. Your Aussie accent, very hard for our people to understand. I'll find you a job somewhere and in a few years' time, then you can start speaking.
Stuff that. I don't play small. And throughout my whole life, I've built up a career about converting negativity into opportunity. And so I ran my own race. So I shot 2 videos, stuck them on YouTube, jumped on Twitter, and I landed myself a public gig. And then using my entrepreneurial skills, I was able to leverage that into a 10-gig corporate speaking tour. Now that sounds really simple and you would think, well, hey, AJ's on his way. But in business and in life, nothing goes according to plan. So when I went to deliver these 10 gigs, I discovered something. They hadn't sold any tickets in 6 months. But they didn't tell me this until I was sitting right in front of them. So, using my entrepreneurial skills, I managed to sell out the entire 10-gig tour in just 2 days. So when I share this story with audiences, there's all these little pivotal moments in there that contain really powerful lessons for anyone trying to navigate challenges. For example, I talk about this corporate CEO that wanted to throw me out of his office right after meeting me, but within 5 minutes, I've converted him into my #1 fan. Then there's the classic "can I have a whiteboard" story, which is about me trying to get a whiteboard for one of my gigs, and the AV technician that I'm dealing with tells me there's no whiteboards available. But I know for sure there's one upstairs. He's just not giving it to me. What do you say to someone like that who just doesn't want to help you? What do you say to them to convince them to trust you enough to want to help you succeed? Powerful lesson right there. Another pivotal lesson I share is about the taxi driver that wants to kill me because he's been driving around town trying to find me. And because I don't know the language quite well, I can't tell him where I am. So by the time he finds me, he's ready to kill me, right? But by the end of our trip, he gets out and he worships me and he thanks me for being a passenger in his cab that day. How do you change someone's mindset to go from hate to love that quickly? All these powerful lessons. And it's these lessons that I share with people because you know what? Everyone is going through challenges and everyone can take something away from this talk. This talk is about resilience, it's about business communication, it's about problem solving. But most of all, it's about human potential. What could you achieve if you believe that nothing is impossible?